my Nier, baby. Not my Nier. My 2B. I haven't even got to my A2 yet. My favorite god, right? My Kane. So, hello everyone here. Time for another, I don't know, disappointing update video, right? It's talking about Nier Automata, of course. If you follow my channel, right, this is my favorite anime season, right? I mean, yeah, I think Saturday has amazing animes, right? Saturday has like a Toro and it has Smash, Nier, etc. One Piece and so on, right? There's so many Saturdays, but my favorite, of course, is Nier Automata, and you know, it's like my favorite game, and you know, Replicant, and all those games, right? Very interesting video games, very meaningful video games, and but anyway, the anime is delayed, right? It feels really bad to show you the scene here. I did a post earlier today, but then I read more because the first post I first thought it meant that it was only delayed for 1 week, right? So I was like, oh yeah, it's COVID, okay, it's 1 week, okay, we're coming back next week, that's gonna add next Saturday, but no, they tweeted to me, no, it's actually delayed for forever, yeah, infinite delayed. So let me show you guys here, right? So you see here, I said, Timothy tweets me, right? We get the whole text here. I posted this on my channel. So if I tested this thing here for you guys very briefly, right? It's you know, you can obviously see it says COVID and so on. Even if you don't speak Japanese, you probably get like, okay, COVID. So honestly, when I first read it, I was like, oh yeah, it's also gonna air on 28. But it actually says here, and I'm sorry, there's so much stuff on Saturday, so it's posted and said it's not in next week. But now when I have read it more carefully, I get it. So what it's saying, right, is that on next Saturday, 28, they're gonna re-air 1, 2, 3, right? So the second line here is, first line is like, you know, delayed by COVID. Second sentence is that they're gonna just re-air 1, 2, 3, right? And then unfortunately, they're not giving any new time, right? And that was the big issue. Because like I said earlier, again, when you hate something like this, you're like, okay, it's like 1, 2 weeks, right? But now this reminds me a lot of, for example, I don't know, it's like a release, right? Which is just like, it's delayed. And also for that matter, A1 Picture, right? That is producing Nier Automata, the actual anime, which was the game, but the anime, right? They had many issues with 86, right? 86 had a lot of delays. I think it was 2 delays, right? If I remember correctly now. One that was by COVID, I believe, and the other one was kind of strange. They had like 2 episodes coming out later, right? And if you go to the site, I mean, it's kind of same thing here. I actually did autocode before this video, but this is the same text here, right? You know, it's delayed. They're gonna re-air episode 1 to 3, and it feels really afforded, right? I just did a reaction today of episode 3. I think it was really good. We get the Adam and Eve birth scene, right? We're getting the action, the pacing is on point for me, right? Episode 2 was like beautiful. That was a 10 episode, very beautiful with robots and so on. So I'm disappointed, right? And of course I can get epic and so on when we're gonna have more news here. But otherwise, as I said, as I put it out here, I've been thinking of even doing another kind of videos, right? Where I talk about Nier and we talk about like the differences and so on, right? Because for example, in today's episode, we had a wedding scene, right? I'm gonna spoil it, but we had a wedding scene from the first Nier, of course, Brother Nier or Papa Nier game, right? And already there, right? If you play the European version, as a kid, but as a young adult, I guess, I played, you know, Nier, right? The first Nier, which you play as Papa Nier, because I had the European version. I'm happy to be from Sweden, right? So we got the European version where we have as adult Nier. But if you play the original Nier in Japan, you're playing as Brother Nier, right? And then in the Replicant, you can actually play as Papa Nier when you beat the game and you unlock this like special extra mode to get the 3 best weapons. So you get the true ending E, you have to play as Papa Nier. So it gets really complicated, right? You know, Niers are very complicated. That's only on Nier Replicant and the Nier version, so on, right? So I get a question out here again if you watch the video. Would it be interesting to talk about every episode, right? Because I've been thinking of doing it on Sundays. Of course, now the anime is delayed, so we won't do it. But I've been thinking of having like a Sunday thing where I go over, you know, like this is the difference between the game, the anime, and, you know, okay, this thing you see here is actually from the first game, this thing here is from the Replicant game, because there's a change there, this here is from Reincarnation or whatever, because I played all the games, and all the different, and I'm quite the guy that, I have an ability to really remember everything in my life. I have an ability to, you know, play a video game or watch an anime and really remember everything. I think one thing I'm good at, honestly, if I have to say so myself, is self-brag, is that I'm good with names too. Yeah, I think a lot of people, you know, struggle with animes like, for example, Macadamia. Maybe not these days, but I remember people struggling with names like, Todoroki, Shigaraki, and so on. I have a good tendency to do that. But I think one reason why, aside from here, is because I speak Japanese, right? To some extent, Nihongo, to some extent. And I think that's also why I know how to pronounce the names. I'm like, okay, Todoroki, I know how that name sounds in my... So I kind of like, I know how to pronounce it in my head. This is probably how this name is supposed to be spelled or whatever. It probably helps a lot. But anyway, yeah, too bad without any Nier. So, yeah, as you can hear me, I'm planning on even maybe replaying the game again, right? Going back into it. I was definitely going to replay the game again on stream. Of course, on this channel, I actually streamed, of course, beating the whole game on Perfect Hard, as it's Switch spell, right? Which is a gruesome thing to do. But it was kind of fun to go back to it again. I haven't played it actually for a few years. Currently playing Fire Emblem, right? On Maddening, which is also a very, very hard game. So I think the interesting part by it too, I feel, maybe I'm wrong, right? But I feel like I'm the only, so to speak, anime YouTuber. Please, am I wrong or not? I might be wrong on this, but I feel that this is the right thing, honestly. That I'm the only anime YouTuber that is seemingly has played the game. Honestly, I thought a few other I know, right? And when it's true that there's some of them have played the game, they haven't beaten the game. I thought like two guys only seen like route A and B, but route C is like completely different, right? I understand A and B is like the same, not the same thing, but different perspective. But C, D, and E are very, very different. Okay, if you haven't even gone further than A and B, I don't know, man. And no one would I know has actually beaten the game on perfect hard, right? Because then you really get exceptionalism. And again, I will leave a link below for when I beat the game on perfect hard. First playthrough. I only played on perfect hard. Okay, I never played it on normal. You know what I mean? I beat the game perfect hard, right? And then I deleted my save file. And that's deleting your save file. That always feels right. When you beat the game on perfect hard, it's like a perfect hard save file. You're like, yeah, it's like I said, I'm playing Fire Emblem right now on Maddening. If I delete my Maddening save file, you're like, I have to say that honestly, if you're gonna delete your save file in Nier to really, really feel the pain, it should be a perfect hard save file. So you really know, like, it took me hours to get there. But anyway, me, I love Nier. I started this channel basically with Nier, right? Yeah, and obviously I have other channels in my life. I have other channels currently as well, right? But this channel was kind of like my love for the waifus, my love for the katana and the waifu combined, So I wanted to stream some Nier stuff, and I don't know. That's kind of where it started, right? Roughly speaking. So of course I'm very disappointed, guys. I'm very disappointed. And I think it's gonna be bad, like I said, because A1 Picture has done the same thing issues earlier with It Takes Us More, right? So it's not even the first time we see this. It's with the studio, probably something again, right? So it is what it is, and I keep you guys updated, of course, when we have some news, right? Yeah, like I said earlier today, when I first saw this news, I first thought, oh, it's only one episode, okay. But now it's like, oh no, I read it again. I'm like, oh, no, it's saying like no. It's no news at all, right? But who knows? Maybe it's back next week. But I'm gonna guess what usually happens when they have no date, right? That means that it's at least 2 weeks. Yeah, I never seen anyone saying that it's when they don't have a time. It usually is at least 2 weeks. Right? If they had a time saying that, oh, it's delayed, but we're coming back, then they would, if it was less than 1 week, or rather, 1 week or 2 weeks, whatever, they would have said that. Oh, it's back like in February. You know what I mean? So it's probably way longer, right? It's very unfortunate, and there's no way it's gonna end this season, right? And there was some other news that was saying it's gonna be 24 episodes, but we're gonna have a second core, so that obviously gonna be delayed too. So it's a lot of stuff in here, but yeah, that's not confirmed yet how many episodes, but I'm guessing it's gonna be like 2 different cores or whatever, and now it is probably 3 cores. Whatever, guys, that's a video, guys. Please subscribe, press the like button, check out the actual reaction I did below for that, of course. And honestly, I think if you like my channel, check out when I beat Hegel. Yeah, when I beat this game, it took me hours to beat Hegel. Hegel was the hardest boss in the game, I would say, on perfect hard, because it's like 8 or whatever. It's a caterpillar guy, and he got like a bullet hell, right? He sent like so many bullets at you, and of course, in perfect hard, you die from 1 hit, right? And it's that fight took hours to beat. Bosses that are faster or more bullets are much harder, right, than a slow boss. A slow boss that hits you hard kills you anyway, right? So that's an easy boss. Yeah, the bosses are very, very like a lot of bullets. That's a hard boss, and that boss took me so long to beat. Holy shit! Anyway, I think you guys have a great day.